Happy Tuesday. It is January 30th. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot, and joining me today in the studio is Colorado living on the hill, i.e. Ross Leonhardt. It's a fun one today. We're going to be making 2-ingredient bagels. It is a great breakfast on the go. Plus, I had a conversation with Etta Extraordinaire, very fun children's book, and much more. So hour one of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, Vail. Welcome into the TV8 Weather Center. This morning, we're starting off with a cool 23 degrees at 8 a.m. to start the day, but we will see a high around 48 degrees, so a pretty warm, sunny day today on Tuesday, kind of in the middle of the week here. Looking into the rest of the day, around noon, we'll hit that top of about 42 and 44 at 4 p.m. Again, starting the day at around 23 degrees. The sun is shining. Did have a little bit of frost on that car this morning, but we'll see some clear skies this evening with temperatures around 29 degrees and a clear sky and a beautiful moon this evening. Eagle, looking at a high of 44 degrees today. Avon 46 degrees and Vail 48 degrees. Denver seeing a whopping 65-degree day today. Lots of sun in the high country today. Tonight, again, we'll see a low of 18 degrees. Clear skies with a sunset at 5:23 p.m. Definitely some good stargazing going on these days. Wind southeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, nothing too crazy. Into the weekly. Sunny day today on Tuesday, sunny day tomorrow on Wednesday, a high of 47 and a low of 20 on Wednesday. Thursday, the clouds start rolling in with a high of 46 degrees and a low of 27 degrees before Friday has that 90% chance of snow showers, and Saturday is 70% chance of snow showers. So we do have a storm starting to roll in after these sunny skies. And on Sunday, we'll see a partly cloudy day with 35-degree high and a low of 13. So temperatures varying, sun and snow varying. Looking at the snow report up in Beaver Creek, 0 inches in the last couple days, but the season total is up to 135 inches with a base depth of 40. Lift hours 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. right now at Beaver Creek with 25 lifts open and 163 trails as about 73% of the terrain open. Still looking at Arrowhead a little bit to open up more. Vail Mountain, no new snow in the last couple days, but a season total of 165 inches and a base depth of 50 inches. And you know we're all about that base, no treble here. Vail Mountain's operating 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. right now with 30 lifts open, 277 trails, and about 99% of terrain open. So the mountains are looking good. A couple sunny days out there, so definitely get that sunscreen out and get the right goggle lens, right?
Time to party.
But looking into the weekend, got another storm rolling in.
It's so true. You know, I got out there a bit, but I'm excited. I love the spring skiing temperatures, but you know, let's bring on the snow.
Yeah,
we still have a few more months.
Yeah, not in January just yet.
Yeah.
But no, it's been beautiful out there. Conditions have been great, and terrain's still opening up.
Yeah, so are you seeing anything that we should know about? Any good trails, any good runs to hit right now?
Oh man, really all of them. No, I'm a big tree rider, and we need just a little bit more snow to really be rocking and rolling in all of the trees right now.
Yeah.
So definitely be careful out there.
Yeah, safety is of the utmost importance right now.
Yeah.
You know, now is the time where accidents happen, so just be a little bit more cautious. You don't have to be super aggressive right off the bat.
Yeah. So yeah, some varying conditions, especially when it's sunny out and then kind of cloudy out. So definitely be prepared.
It's true. It's true. Well, great to see you on the couch, Ross.
Yeah, good to be back.
Yeah, great to have you here. It's a fun Tuesday. I know we're always in the kitchen, and it's going to be a good one. You know, we're going to have a bagel chat, a little bit of coffee, and we'll rock and roll this morning.
Love it.
Lots happening. We've got a sports update, bagels, and much more. So we will be right back and get started after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. We'll see you next time. Hi friends, welcome to a little behind the scenes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'm so excited to be part of the team at TV8 in Vail. I love the outdoor lifestyle here, I love the arts and culture, and I love being part of this community. My show is called Vail Vibes with Avisha, where I tell you about all the amazing activities going on here in Vail and surrounding areas all year round.
Good morning, Vail.
You know, it is a morning, which means we're having coffees and bagels. Yeah. Just kidding, we're gonna make the bagels here in the kitchen.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good one. I love a good bagel, but you know, I always don't love how like heavy it is. Yeah. So I always look for like healthier alternatives to things. Yeah. So I'm gonna show you how to make the easiest 2 ingredient, well technically 3 if you count the salt, but a 3 ingredient bagel.
Awesome.
Yeah, so are you a big bagel guy?
Yeah, I love the versatility of bagels.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
What do you like to put on it? What's your favorite topping?
Usually like cream cheese, or like make a sandwich out of a bagel, like a bagel sandwich, a nice bacon, egg, and cheese or something.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah,
It's so
just
good.
The versatility
you
of
know,
the bagel.
Same. I love it too. You know, my mom grew up in New York, and so I've grown up on New York style bagels. Nice. But this is a quick option that's really delicious. But it's really great. So you make it in the air fryer, and we actually have one on the way right now, so I can't wait to show our audience what that looks like. But we've got Greek yogurt, so it's very protein packed, and that's going to be the binding ingredient, and then self-rising flour. So
easy.
2 ingredients, very simple. But if you didn't have the self-rising flour, you can just do regular flour and baking powder. So
cool.
Yeah, pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna go ahead and do 1 cup of Greek yogurt and 1 cup of flour. We pre-measured the flour out so that we don't have to spill it all over the kitchen. But Ross, I'll let you go ahead and fill up this measuring cup with the Greek yogurt.
Do I just use the spoon?
Just use the spoon and just make sure that it's even, because you have to make sure that these ingredients are equally measured. So no pressure. We're just hanging out, watching Ross put the Greek yogurt into our measuring cup, and this is 1 cup. This makes 4 bagels, which is great. And so it sounds like we've got a bagel that's finished there in the oven, in the air fryer, I guess I should call it. It's a really great little air fryer. This is a mini air fryer. It probably would make about 2 bagels at once, but I'll go ahead and show you what it's gonna look like. Now you can make these more round, toasty, nice and hot. You can make it more round, but we just went ahead and did a little bit of a hole in the middle, and it's really just kind of like a bagel without the hole in it.
Even better.
So
More bagel.
More bagel. It looks great. So we're going to keep it nice and toasty while we're in here, but we'll show everybody how to make the dough. So looks great. Ross, if you want to, actually, we'll start with the dry ingredient and then we'll add the wet ingredient into it. So this is 1 cup of self-rising flour, already measured out, just to save us the hassle of having to clean up flour in the kitchen.
Love
That's
that.
my only qualm with baking is flour getting everywhere, So I just usually grab like a brownie mix if I can at home. Instead of having to measure out all the different powders that happen in the kitchen, all the baking powders. All right, great. So we've got our flour in here. We're just gonna make a nice little hole here. And then I'm going to scoop it in and
That's exactly 1 cup.
it's exactly,
exactly
1 cup.
1 cup,
Yeah,
yep.
exactly. So you can see it's very easy. I don't know. It's a fun one. This is a great thing. You can make like a big batch at home and put a bunch in the freezer, and you've got bagels and protein for days.
Love that. And if you want to do more, you just double.
You just
everything?
double it. Yeah, double, triple, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna let you go ahead and do the stirring there. So you just nice and easy. You just kind of fold the wet or the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. So it just takes your time and it'll eventually get very sticky, and that's what we want in order to make these bagels. So you're doing a great job. How's it feel?
It feels great.
You're mixing it really well, and you just you can scrape the spatula on the edge of the bowl if you need to kind of get the dough off the side of it there. Yeah, just like that. And if you ever want to give me the stirring back, I got this. I think you're crushing it.
Got this.
But this is just a really fun and quick and easy breakfast option. And then if you like a bagel, like you mentioned, as a sandwich, you've got great things at home to make a sandwich. I love to put cream cheese and smoked salmon. Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a breakfast, lunch, and dinner snack time meal.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Do you have a favorite kind of cream cheese?
There's different kinds.
There is, I like to infuse my cream cheeses. So I do a lot of like chives and garlic and herb added into mine. You can buy it at the store, but I like to put a little extra touch in.
Jalapenos? Do they do a jalapeno cream cheese? Love that.
And if they don't, we could do it too.
I like that.
It's that easy.
I like that.
That's that easy. It's looking great. So yeah.
It's getting there.
It is getting there. So I'm gonna give you a different task.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Time to eat the bagel.
Time to eat the bagel. But actually, we're going to do an egg wash in this one and we'll make them in everything bagel.
Okay, awesome.
So if you wouldn't mind just cracking this egg into there.
Perfect.
Into this little container, and then you're just going to whisk it up. And then I'll show you a really fun trick afterwards. So while you do that, I'm going to continue folding in this dough. You can see that there. It's just getting stickier, a little bit harder to mix, which is good because that's what we want. Well, that's the consistency that we want.
We're gonna whisk this guy up.
Just whisk it up, and what we're gonna do with the egg afterwards. And I guess this is an added ingredient because we're making them everything bagels. But this will make the everything but the bagel seasoning stick to it. Yeah, looking great. So we're just doing that. Mixing it up. The dough is getting a little bit harder to get that flour to stay in there, and that's perfect because that's exactly what we want. It's looking great, looking like dough. Can you believe it? Just 2 ingredients,
That's it.
and here we are.
Easy.
It would be 3 if we were using regular flour, because then we'd have to use baking powder. But either way, our dough is looking awesome.
And then if you don't have an air fryer, can you just throw this in an oven?
Throw it in the oven.
Easy.
Yeah, really easy. You can put the oven at 400 degrees, bake it for 15 minutes or so.
Nice.
You want to make sure the inside is crispy, but the good news is if it's not, there's no egg in this.
Yeah.
Not saying you should eat it, but it's really simple to continue to make that. All right, great. So we've got our dough. It's looking good, and it's okay if not everything is there. So the next fun piece of this is we've got our flour, and we're about to make a little bit of a mess in here. I'm going to show you what we're doing next. We can just throw that down.
Do you know what kind of bagels fly?
Yes, a plain bagel.
You got it. You got it. I saw those wheels turning in that head. Yep,
I
a
had to
plain
think
bagel.
about it. You know, so I love dad jokes.
Yeah.
I looked up a dad joke yesterday, and that was the one that I looked up.
Oh, no way. Nice.
Not intentional for today, but here we go. We're just gonna throw some flour down on our, because even though they're a little bit sticky, we just wanna make sure that it doesn't stick to the surface here.
Right.
And then this is gonna be the fun part where we get to be creative. We take the dough, dump it onto our surface. There it is. You're welcome to get in here, or I'll just
I think
do it.
you're crushing
I think I'll
this.
just do it. We roll it into a bowl, or a ball, just like that. And you know, it's not gonna stick to our surface, which is great because we have the flour down. So you can roll it into a ball just like that, and then you can do this. And if you wanna make it a bagel shape, it will puff up and rise while you're cooking it.
Okay.
You know, that's not my best bagel shape there,
Oh,
but
it's beautiful.
you know, we'll just
It's
make it
beautiful.
look pretty. So that's how we do our first bagel.
Okay.
And then what we're gonna do, and actually you can grab that spoon right there in the Greek yogurt. It's okay that it's got a little bit of Greek yogurt on it. We'll take this knife here, just scrape some of that off, just like that. And then what we're gonna do is just take a little bit of this egg wash. And if you had like a paper towel, you can sometimes use that to spread it around. But I'm just getting down and dirty on this wonderful Tuesday morning. And just do a little bit of that. Spread it around, and then Ross, here's what you can do. You ready for this?
Ready.
You can sprinkle the everything but the bagel seasoning on the top of that.
Love it.
Just like that. I'm gonna continue to roll this next set right here. We're just gonna roll it in, make it into a ball. Now if it gets a little bit sticky, that's okay. You just kind of add more flour into it. Looking great. Looking great.
Love it.
Awesome. So, and we can show what it would look like when it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing a,
You're gonna do a heart shape. You're gonna do a Valentine's Day heart shape bagel.
you know,
here?
the dough is not quite as malleable as like a traditional dough, but we can try. You know, for all those lovers out there.
That's it.
Right? There's one more, and then if you wanted to.
I got it.
All right. We're doing good. Yep. This is just how it turns out. Pretty easy. Looking great. I'll rub my fingers on it since we don't want to.
I like to.
Don't want to dirty your hands.
I'm a little weirdo that likes to keep his hands clean.
Awesome. These are things that I like to do on the weekends if I'm not out on the hill, which
It probably tastes so much better than one out of a bag, right?
it does. It really does.
Yeah,
It's actually
it's a little
nice
fresh.
and light and fluffy. It's not as dense as a traditional
Yeah.
bagel, and it's just great. And they're mini guys, so you're not super stuffed when you're finished eating them.
So you can have 4 or 5 and feel good about yourself.
It's true, exactly. All right, well, our bagels are looking good, minus this last one. There we go. So it makes about 4. You know, if I had evenly distributed the dough a little bit better, you know, we can make them more aesthetically pleasing. But they are pretty darn delicious. I cannot wait to show the audience what these will look like.
Yeah.
But then you pop them in the air fryer at about 300 and you let them bake for about, I don't know, anywhere from like 10 to 12 minutes. And then you've got a perfect mini bagel. So it's gonna be quite delicious. We'll show them off later in the show. But this is how you get started and you get to rock and roll with them.
Easy.
Easy peasy. Awesome. Well, we'll be right back after this with much more on this hour 1 of Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Bleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who had worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks. We also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Good morning, Vail.
It's basketball season here in Colorado. Our sports expert, Robbie Whittle, has an update from all the local high schools and some of the colleges and how their basketball seasons are going.
All right, thanks for joining us. So although it's ski season, our teams here in the Valley are still hitting the hardwood. Kicking things off, we've got the Huskies at Battle Mountain High. Battle Mountain has had a tough season so far this year. The Huskies sit at 2-14 on the year and are 0-1 in league play. Not to mention, this team is on a 2-game losing streak. Battle Mountain plays their next game against Glenwood Springs in Edwards. Eagle Valley High boys basketball is having a solid season so far. The Devils currently sit at 10-7 on the year and are also 1-0 in league play. Eagle Valley High is currently on a 2-game win streak and plays their next game against Palisade. Now we'll head back to Edwards, where 2A school Vail Christian is batting .500 on the year. The Saints are 6-6 on the season and 3-2 in league play. Vail Christian is currently on a 1-game skid, but before that loss, the Saints were on a 4-game winning streak. Vail Christian boys basketball will play their next game against Custer County. Vail Mountain Schools played a solid season so far. The Girl Rangers are 7-5 on the season and 2-0 in league play. Not to mention, this team is currently coming off a forfeit win over Lotus School of Excellence. The Gore Rangers play their next game against North Fork. Now, girls basketball is still on a roll here in the Valley as well, and we're going to take a quick look at those standings. Starting off with Battle Mountain, the Huskies are having a tough season as they sit at 4-10 on the year and 0-1 in league play. Battle Mountain is currently on a 4-game losing streak, and they play their next game against Glenwood Springs in Edwards. Eagle Valley girls basketball, on the other hand, isn't doing a whole lot better than the Huskies. The Devils sit at 6-9 on the regular season. However, they're 1-0 in league play. The Devils are currently on a 1-game losing streak, though, and they'll look to turn it around against a good Palisade team. Although our girls teams here in the Valley are having difficult years, Vail Christian girls basketball is definitely having it the hardest. The Saints won their first game of the season, but have yet to win since. Vail Christian girls basketball sits at 1-8 on the year, and the Saints are 0-5 in league play. Vail Christian is on an 8-game losing streak and will face off next against Sirocco. Now over at Vail Christian, the boys basketball team has a brand new head coach. Here's our conversation with the new man at the helm, Andrew Newman. So we're with the new head coach of Vail Christian basketball, Andrew Newman. And Coach, you got a new season in front of you. What's kind of the expectation there?
Well, it's really hard to say right now. We're a very green, very young team, but we're super excited. A lot of great kids, a lot of work ethic going on, a lot of effort going in, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, and I was telling you this earlier when we were chatting just a minute ago, but you know, you guys may be a newer team, but it seems like the chemistry is already there. Do you feel like you guys already kind of have that camaraderie on the team?
Yeah, for sure. A couple of the seniors in particular are doing a great job leading us, so they're building that chemistry from the top down. And then the younger guys in each of those classes, there's a couple kids that are really leading their classes. So I'm really happy to see this early in the season, this kind of chemistry.
Okay, in what ways will those seniors come together? You mentioned you have three, Jack Pryor, Will Newman. How do you think those guys are going to kind of come together and lead this team this season?
Well, they're going to have to really put in a lot of effort on the court, probably getting a lot of minutes out there. Hopefully everybody stays healthy, but it's more their leadership off the court that matters. They're doing a great job really leading these guys and building that chemistry, especially encouraging the younger guys. You know, when you're new to high school basketball or it's your first time on varsity, there's a lot you got to learn. There's a huge learning curve, and those guys are doing a great job encouraging the younger players.
And you may be new to the head coaching role, taking over the helm of this Vail Christian program, but you're not new to the team by any standard. You've been here 2 years, got the torch passed over you from Coach Coombs. What was that moment like to be kind of handed the role of this program that's been successful in his 23 years here, to be that guy that he wanted to take over the helm?
Yeah, that was a huge honor. Really grateful for everything that he's done for this school and for this program. I mean, like you said, 23 years, he's built a winning culture, a winning program, a great chemistry. We're going to be keeping a lot of the things that he did and just try to build on the great foundation he's already created.
Okay, and you mentioned, you know, not a lot's going to change. That winning culture is hopefully going to stick around too with you at the helm, but what things may change under your leadership? We're
going to keep trying to maintain a pretty high tempo. You know, this valley is a valley that has a lot of great athletes. We've got a lot of great athletes on this team, so can work really hard to keep pushing the tempo and you know, really working to have a high character team that in everything we do, we're trying to reflect the values of this school.
Okay, and you mentioned you got a scrimmage with Battle Mountain coming up. Obviously, that's an exhibition game against, you know, another Valley team, so you probably want to do pretty well in that matchup, but what kind of makes that a good game from y'all, how you show up against Battle Mountain?
Well, it's going to be interesting because we're only going to have about 6 practices with this green group of guys before we hit that scrimmage, so we're still learning each other's names, let alone all the offenses, defenses, so a lot of it's just going to be going out there and playing good basketball. It is fun, though, to be playing inter-valley teams. A lot of these guys play together in the off season, so they all know each other, and so what's really fun is those friendships, knowing the coaches, knowing the guys, the friendships off the court, and then you get on the court, all of a sudden, game's on, it's competition, and even though in a scrimmage, you know, you're not supposed to keep score, I can promise you, every one of our guys, they're going to know the score in their own heads, so we'll have a good time.
And speaking about playing, you know, inter-valley teams, you guys play Vail Mountain School twice a year. That's the big rivalry in this valley for y'all. What's it going to be like, you think, just getting on the court as the head coach of this team and playing them this year for your first time at the helm?
Yeah, this year we're going to be playing them at their gym. Their gym is always packed. It's a tight gym. It'll be a full house, I'm sure. And like you said, it's an in-valley competition, so this should be a really good time. It's going to be a tough game. They always play a tough game. They're a very well-coached team. They're very strategic in the way they play the game, so it's going to be a really tough game for sure.
How have you kind of grown to appreciate this rivalry between Vail Christian and Vail Mountain School in your 2 years prior to taking over this team?
Well, it's always one of the games we have circled on our calendar, and I'm sure they do as well. It's just a good time. I mean, off the court, you want to be able to say you won that game this year, you know, so they'll have a great program. They always have a great program. Hopefully we'll be strong as well, and it should be a really tight game.
Okay, and you mentioned Plateau Valley this season as being a big contender. Obviously, you may have a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth after last season, but what are you looking to get out of that matchup this year with them?
Well, we're going to learn a lot where we stand. They're third game of the season, so we have the home opener, and then we've got them on the 5th of December. And as you mentioned, they beat us twice in a row last year, 2 out of 3 games in a row. So that'll be a really tough team. They've got most of their starting lineup returning from that state team that went to state last year, and it'll be a really good way for us to find out, you know, where we stand compared to the rest of the conference, and where we stand even in terms of being a potential state contender.
Mm-hmm. And this may be the hardest question I ask you all day, but if you could just narrow it down, what do you think you're looking forward to the most in this new season?
Wow. I just honestly enjoy being on the court with these guys. I mean, it's an awesome group of guys. I've mentioned I grew up in a gym basically with my dad being a coach, and so the chance just to be in the gym with a great group of guys, obviously the competition, doing a little bit of mentoring along the way, and I hope we get a couple wins as well. That'd be great.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Anything you want to add?
No, just grateful for the opportunity.
All right, thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Now, last season, the Buffs women's basketball team finished 3rd in the Pac-12 conference. However, this year, head coach J.R. Payne and the squad would like to improve on that mark. Back-to-back trips to the big dance confirm head coach of CU women's basketball J.R. Payne is no stranger to success. Now she enters her 8th season at the helm in Boulder.
What have you learned in these past 8 years that you can't wait to implement the most into a new season?
Great question. I mean, I think early on we learned it's really important to be just true to who you are and what you want to be about. And so we've worked really hard to recruit the type of players that we want to be around, kids that are blue collar, hardworking, tough, do their job, be a great teammate. And so that hasn't really changed for us. You know, now that we've really locked into that in the past many years, we've created a culture where we are those things.
Coming off a run to the Sweet 16, Payne's team returns some of the best talent in the conference. She believes preseason all-conference players Jalen Sherrod and Quay Miller will set the tone.
I would say that nobody in the world has higher expectations of ourselves than we do. Like I said, our veterans do a great job of making sure that we're holding ourselves to the standard that we believe we're capable of.
Payne's confidence runs high for the season, which entails a tough non-conference schedule, beginning with the reigning national champions. But the Buffaloes team is hungry for the challenge.
When you look at how tough our schedule is, that tells you how I feel about our team, you know, and our readiness to compete. We talked to our veterans about some of the games that were, you know, put in front of us, and our veterans said, absolutely, we want these games, you know, and so they wanted to be challenged in that way. We'll be prepared.
Well, the latest edition of the men's AP Top 25 college basketball poll has hit the streets. Here's a quick look. Colorado State recently dropped from the rankings after losing their 2 most recent games. The Rams fell to Mountain West Conference foe Nevada on Wednesday of last week, and then most recently fell to conference opponent Wyoming. Both games were on the road. Colorado State now sits at 15-5 on the season and has a conference record of 3-4. The Rams play their next game against San Diego State back home in Fort Collins. The game after that matchup with the Aztecs will be against Fresno State. If the Rams can go 2-0 this week, they should have a decent chance of making it back on the top 25 list within the next 2 weeks or so if they can just keep winning those games. Colorado State is the only team from the Centennial State receiving votes to get back on the poll. So if CSU can continue winning games, they should be back in the top 25 relatively soon. But let's just hope they can keep those W's coming on the schedule. But make sure to continue following us for all the latest sports coverage here in the Valley and beyond. We'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva8.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome into the TV8 Weather Center. This morning we have a beautiful sunny day to start, about 23 degrees at 8 a.m. to start the day. We'll see a high of about 48 degrees, so pretty warm and sunny today. Winds light and variable throughout the day. Throughout the day today, we're going to see a lot of sun and clear skies tonight. Temperatures in the 20s to start the day and then in the low 40s throughout the afternoon before dropping back down to 29 degrees at 8 p.m. And again, lots of sun and clear skies today. Into the I-70 corridor, Eagle has a high of 44 degrees today, Avon 46, and Vail 48. Denver's looking at a whopping 65-degree day today. Nice and sunny. Tonight, a low of 18 with clear skies and a sunset at 5:23. Some slight winds coming in from the southeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour, nothing too crazy. In addition to today's sunny day, we have a sunny day coming on Wednesday before the clouds start rolling in Thursday and the snow starts falling Friday and Saturday. Temperatures in those mid to high 40s throughout the week this week for highs and the lows in the 20s. So be prepared for a little bit of sun, a little bit of snow this week, and keep doing those snow dances. Up next, we have Kim, who checked in with an author writing some kids' books.
Now I'm excited about our next guest, the brand new children's book, Edda Extraordinaire. It is such an exciting book. I've got the authors joining me today, Rhoda Ahmed and Sharnae Gordon. Ladies, how are you?
Great, thank you so much for having us.
I'm loving the
We are
Bella.
extraordinary.
I love the energy. It looks like you guys are having so much fun this morning. So talk to me about Edda Extraordinaire. It was published today, so who would love to tell me a little bit about the premise of the book?
Go ahead, Rhoda, you want to go? Yeah, so Edda Extraordinaire is this beautiful little girl who does everything ordinary and extraordinary way, just like our kids, our daughters. So our daughters love dress up. They love leaving the house with boas and feathers and bracelets and gloves, and they were just larger than life. We used to say our daughter lived in her own Broadway show growing up, but we never found a book where the character looked like them. So that's kind of how me and Sharnae bonded, that we wanted to create a character-driven book. And then we're mindful of the times we're living in right now. That is heavy times for being a kid, and we just wanted to create something that gives a little light and love on every page.
I love that. You know, as a child myself, I used to create and dream and do all of the fun Broadway plays and things that would entertain my family. Now, Sharnae, tell me a bit about the collaboration. So how did the two of you meet, and what made you decide to collaborate on this delightful new children's book?
Yes, absolutely. So Rhoda and I actually met on social media, on Instagram specifically, and we had both been following each other for years. I was a huge fan of her picture book, May Among the Stars, but I also knew that Rhoda has her own publishing company, Pie Tree Publishing, and I had this idea for a picture book, and I shared it with her, and then we decided to create our own fictional character. We decided to name her Edda Extraordinaire, and as Rhoda said, we bonded over our daughters who loved to play dress up when they were younger, and that's really how the story came together.
I love this story. Now, Rhoda, tell me, you mentioned your daughters. Both of you have mentioned your daughters at this point, but how did they collaborate? Did they give you influence and ideas? Did they tell you what they liked as you went through the creative process?
Yeah, I mean, really, we were I mean, my daughter is in college now, so I was telling that she's in a different life space now that we were creating it. She was like, Mom, whatever you want to do. And then I would pull all pictures as inspiration, while Charnay's daughter was very, very helpful. And she's like, no, I don't like the stocking. The tutu dress should be a different color. Like, she was I would say, our A&R, our PR, our creative director. So she really was there was so much love from her creating this. So I really appreciated that.
Absolutely. Now,
Yeah, when we got the illustration, the cover illustrations from the illustrator who did the amazing illustrations in the book, she presented us with a few different cover ideas. And my daughter, she actually chose the cover for the book.
Oh, that's so exciting. So she's very invested in this process as well. It's a gorgeous book cover, by the way.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So I was digging around and it looks like there are some fun activity resource guides. So how did you decide to make this book a little bit more interactive other than just reading it and seeing the beautiful pictures?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are activity sheets that can go along with the book. There's fun stickers, but also we just wanted to make this a joyful experience for all of the readers who read the book. And the book is really centered around joy. And that's really kind of how we came up with that.
Absolutely. Well, the two of you emulate joy in just the conversation that we're having now. Now, Rhoda, tell us, where can we go for more information? What do you hope that fans get out of this book as well?
Oh, great question, Kimberly. I hope that, we are in a time where everyone's wondering what we can do, how we can contribute, and we are of service to kids and storytelling. So I hope that people and parents and children still love books and read, but that sacred little moment when you're in bed and you have your kid and your arm around your kid, and it's a silent moment of just reading and connecting, and it might seem like an ordinary moment, but it's an extraordinary one they're going to remember forever. So our hope is that just do what you can with the love you have. And if you can find Ed Extraordinaire anywhere books are sold. Support your local bookstore. We love local bookstores. But yeah, that's our hope. Our hope is just adding more joy and light and love to the world right now.
Well, it's an excellent book, and I'm so excited to see how it impacts future generations and adults alike, because I was watching the trailer. It's just a beautiful story. Thank you, ladies, so much for bringing some additional joy to the world. We really appreciate you both.
Oh, thank you,
Kimberly.
Good morning, Vail.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Good morning, Vail.
We're rolling right along through this first hour of Good Morning Vail. Up next, we have Julio, who checked in with a local organization who's doing some great work right now.
Welcome back to the show. Now, if you're looking for a unique and different way to make connections, make friends, maybe step outside of your comfort zone, play some games, enjoy some music in a safe and maybe in a way that doesn't involve your traditional bar scene or alcohol, then you'll want to stay tuned for our next interview because our guests are here to tell us all about a series of events that they're organizing through the Family Leadership Training Institute, which is a leadership program here in our community. So joining us this morning, we have Kimberly and Joshua, who are participants of FLTI, and they're here to tell us all about their events. So thank you guys so much for joining us this morning. How are you feeling?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for having us here.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you guys here. I was at a panel a few days ago with you guys and talking a little bit about what we do here at FLTI, and now kind of the tables have turned, and now you guys are here to tell us about what you guys are doing and a little bit about your community project, which is kind of a part of the FLTI curriculum, or something that you guys are working on, is to develop a project in the community. So everyone has kind of some different projects. You guys are here to tell us all about your event, which is called Fellowship Fiesta. So I'm so excited to hear all about it. But first, I kind of want you guys to introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about yourselves. How long have you been here in the Valley? Anything you guys want to share with us? So Kimberly, we'll start with you.
Thank you, Julio. You're the best. Well, my name is Kimberly Alarcón Rojas. I am originally from Peru, but I've been visiting this valley for so many years. And my first time here was, I think, during the winter of 2006.
Wow.
And I fell in love with the valley.
Yes.
So every time that I could have some vacations or something like that, I would come here.
I love
and
that.
this time I started working in this kind of project, let's say, that participating as a volunteer, trying to find and design this project for the community. And I love the group of FLTI and the opportunity that it gave us to actually contribute to the community.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's one of the coolest things, that you guys actually get to contribute to the community. Now, Josh, tell us a little bit about yourself and how long have you been around?
Well, I've been in Colorado for over 20 years, but I've moved up here in about the last 10.
Okay.
I work in hospitality industry, and when I first came up here, I found it hard to get to know other people or to spend time with friends, and our program is going to address that.
Yeah, I love that. I loved getting to hear a little bit about your project last week when I was at the FLTI meeting. Now today we're going to get into all of the details. I want to start off by asking you guys, why did you decide to participate in FLTI? As I mentioned, it's a leadership program that's been around here in the community for a while. There's new cohorts every year. You guys are phase one currently?
Yes, we're in phase one.
Phase one, so it's kind of divided into different phases. You guys are in phase one right now, and then you guys are working to develop a community project. So tell me why you guys decided to get involved, or kind of what drew you to this program.
Okay, well, it's part of the things that I have been doing for a very long time as a professional. I'm a political scientist, and I used to develop projects regarding education policy, and also early childhood education in Peru. So this was kind of something that was really familiar to me,
Yeah.
and trying to contribute to the community, but in a different kind of project now,
Right.
focused on adults.
Yes.
That was a group of audience that really needed some attention here. So it was like, I think I can do something here.
Yeah.
I felt encouraged and very happy to do it.
I love that. And Joshua, what about you? What drew you
Well,
to the program?
the third member of our group is Teresa Sponsel, and she
Yes.
was able to be here today. So I knew her for a very long time before, and she sort of invited me to the program, and also Kimberly, and so I was there to support her as well as join in this fun activity and get to know more things and become part of this community.
Awesome. Well, I love it. Now, let's get right into the details of your Fellowship Fiesta, which is the name of this series of events that you guys are hosting. And you guys are kind of starting off with this pilot program, but then I know that you guys are kind of looking to expand this and make this something that is successful within the community, and I'm sure that you guys will be able to do that. Tell me a little bit about how this project came to mind. Joshua, I know you mentioned that for you it was a little bit difficult to make friendships when you first came here, so I can kind of see this tying into the project. Tell me how this idea of the project came to be, and then kind of how this group collaboration happened.
Yeah, exactly. Well, first of all, yeah, I thought it would be a great idea to have some sort of a group activity where people could meet and not be pressured to hit the bar scene and be peer pressured to have alcohol or drugs or what have you. And just to get to know people in this community, because like myself, I don't necessarily know all the other 30-somethings, 40-somethings in this valley, especially the ones that just sit at home because either they come home from work, they're too tired, or they just don't want to go and socialize.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's true. And also, when we started thinking on this project,
yes,
we were actually thinking in how many other projects are here in the community that are actually focused in this group of people. 20-year-olders or 30-year-olders, you know. And most of these projects are focusing, which is important, in teenagers or in moms with children. And that is very important, but also we needed to address these needs of this other group of people that we could, think of a strategy or a program that they would find appealing and interesting in order to connect with other people and develop these meaningful connections.
Yeah. Now, I know that you guys both kind of have a personal connection moving here to the Valley and maybe struggling to find connections, and people are still moving here, every day, and maybe they're feeling a little bit lonely. They don't know exactly where to meet people, where to make friends and stuff. So I love that you guys are putting this series of, you guys are starting with 6 events, is that correct?
Yeah.
Where people can come together, just enjoy a fun afternoon with different activities. As you can see here, we've got a board game, which is something you'll be able to find at these events. Tell me a little bit about some of those details, where you guys are going to be meeting up, times, dates, anything you guys want to share.
Absolutely. So we plan on meeting every Wednesday starting in February from 7 to 9 p.m. So it'll give everyone a chance to get off work and make it to the event. We'll start in the Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea location in Beaver Creek. So everyone should be able to get there by bus, what have you. We'll have a host of different activities, ranging from board games, as we said, dancing, quiet meditation, so that we can kind of appeal to everyone's interests.
I love that. And I love, Kimberly, we were mentioning off camera too, and Joshua, you just mentioned this, that with the free bus route that goes all the way up to Beaver Creek, nobody should, transportation shouldn't be an issue. You can get there for free. There's no cost to attend the actual event, so people can just come and enjoy a fun afternoon.
Exactly, and we are trying to use the resources that are already out there. It's like we really value that we have a transportation system that would allow everybody to go to many important areas in the town for free. So we thought, well, maybe if transportation isn't an issue, then if just people want to have fun and want to feel happy for a couple of hours and in a secured environment, they can join us every Wednesday from 7 to 9.
I love that. And now I know that you guys are also asking folks to register by texting to a number. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, anyone interested should text fellowship to the number 970-904-1792. And we are going to ask them for their information, just to send them email to confirm their participation.
Okay.
And also, since we want them to engage in this kind of activities, so for the 6 events, we are offering some prizes for the ones who attend at least 5 of them.
events.
Yeah.
I love that. A little incentive for everyone to come out, participate in as many of the meetups as they can, and then if you participate in 5, you'll be able to maybe win a little prize or a little something.
Exactly. It's a surprise. It's
Yeah,
a surprise.
I love that. So you guys are starting on Wednesday, February 7th, and you guys are going through March 13th as of now. All of the details were on screen. We were seeing that flyer that you guys shared with us, so all the information should be there on screen for everyone, along with the number that Kimberly just mentioned to us, so you can register. And don't miss out on this super fun opportunity to get to know people, gather in a safe place, and maybe do a little something that is not, your typical bar scene, as Joshua mentioned, and that we can meet different people. So I love that. I want to ask you guys before we close up, what are your hopes, your visions for this project in the future?
Well, I would let Joshua start with this part now.
Okay, so hopefully we can see you all there already. But as this grows, we can start doing this in other areas. Do one in Gypsum, up valley, down valley, what have you, and get people together. People maybe you haven't met before, people maybe you thought were in a different class than you. You can just get together and have fun and get to strengthen our community.
Yeah. This is also, I would like to add that at this starting point, we value a lot the sponsorship that we're getting from the Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea. They are providing the location, and if we can expand it to other places, and if there are other people or other companies interested in host events or activities like this, they can also contact us, and we could think of something.
Absolutely. I love that. Well, I can't wait to see everything that you guys do, and I know that this is going to be a successful event. Everyone back at home who wants to, like we mentioned, come join these guys on Wednesday, February 7th, 7 to 9 p.m. at the Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea in Beaver Creek, correct?
Yes, Beaver Creek.
All right, thank you guys so much for joining us this morning and sharing a little bit about this awesome project. I really appreciate you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so very much.
Everyone at home, stay tuned. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back with more. Stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these 2 luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
It's Tuesday, January 30th, and you know what that means. We are at the end of the month of January. Hard to believe it. I'm Kimberly Perot. Joining me in the studio today is Roslyn Hart. And man, we've got an interesting second hour for you. Today is National Plan for Vacation Day. Love that day. So we've got a conversation with a travel expert about how to best plan and utilize your time, plus the Salvation Army and then Covered Bridge, our partnership with them. And they had a conversation around the Vail Veterans Program. Lots happening in the second hour of Good Morning Vail, so it starts right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, Vail. Welcome into the TVA Weather Center. We have a beautiful sunny day to start today. Tuesday, 8 a.m., about 23 degrees to kick off, and we'll see a high of 48 degrees. So things are going to heat up today. Some slight winds, nothing too crazy out there. Into the hourly, again, we're starting with 23 degrees to start the day, nice and sunny. And it will heat up to about 42 degrees around noon and 44 degrees around 4 p.m. before coming back down to 29 degrees this evening with clear skies and hopefully some stargazing. Into the I-70 corridor, Eagle has a high of 44 degrees today, Avon 46, and Vail 48 degrees. Denver is going to have a whopping 65-degree day today. Lots of sun in the Rocky Mountains today. Into tonight, a low of 18 with a sunset around 5:23 p.m. and some slight winds from the southeast. And looking into the rest of the week, a beautiful sunny day today and followed up with another beautiful sunny day on Wednesday and a high of 47. Thursday, the clouds start to roll in with a high of 46. And Friday, we have that snowstorm starting to roll in. 90% chance of snow Friday, 70% chance of snow Saturday, and then another mostly partly cloudy day on Sunday. So those temperatures are quite varying, the lows in the 20s and the teens throughout the week and the weekend. Some sun, some snow, a little bit of everything. Beaver Creek snow report. No new snow to report in the last couple days, but 135 total inches this season and a base depth of 40 inches. Beaver Creek's operating 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. right now with 25 lifts open, 163 trails, and about 73% of the terrain open up at the Beeve, including Stone Creek chutes now. Vail Mountain snow report. Nothing new in the last couple days, but 165 inches so far this year and a base depth of 50 inches. And you know we're all about that base, no treble here. Vail's operating 8:30 to 3:30 right now with 30 lifts open, 277 trails, including those back bowls and Blue Sky Basin, and 99% of terrain open over in Vail. So lots of terrain to ski. We'll have some sunny days here, followed by some snow, hopefully heading into the weekend.
Well, bring it on, right?
Yeah.
So I need to know. I don't know the Beaver Creek terrain as well as you do, but Stone Creek chutes. Tell me about it.
Oh man, it's probably some of the most extreme terrain they have over in Beaver Creek. It's kind of off of Rose Bowl there. Lots of cliffs, so if you don't know where you're going, you definitely want to take it easy in there. But some really good snow usually in there. but some of the more extreme terrain. That we like.
Noted.
Yeah.
Keep your head on a swivel, right?
Always,
You never know
always.
which way you're going to end up.
Always.
You know, you want to make sure that you've got some good goggles
That's it.
when you're out there shredding. So
That's it.
we've got some fun goggles from Eyepieces of Vail. What do you think about the Smiths?
Like to say, look good, feel good, ski good, right? So,
Right.
yeah, definitely with the varying conditions where there's some sun and then some clouds, you definitely want to take note of what lens you're kind of bringing out. And what's nice about these is I believe you can change those out with a different lens too.
You really can. And especially, you know, with these sunny days, it's great to be able to use the, you know, the darker lenses. But we've got those storms rolling in this weekend, and so having an extra lens for the low light is great. And you know, they've got that magnetic switching technology.
Yeah.
You know, the fancy terms sometimes are hard, but we've got this great that you just basically pull the switch out right there, and then you can just pop them off. Just like that, as long as your fingers are not in the way. But you want to be careful of the inside because you don't want to take out that extra layer of that keeps it from fogging up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so
I
a
love the
couple different lenses is a good one. This one over here is another Smith one that's interchangeable. I love the colors on this one. This nice little teal and green, same thing. You can pop that lens out and use a different colored lens for the conditions that you're riding in.
You know, gone are the days of traditional color. I love having bright colors on the mountain, especially because it's easier to figure out which one of the people that are going in front of you are your friends, you know? If everybody's wearing the same black and white or whatever, now you can kind of like steeze it up a bit.
For sure. You know how they always look back at styles over the years? I can't wait to see what we look like in like 10 or 20 years, if it's still cool or not.
It's true. I'm wondering if the goggle technology is going to change or if the shape's going to stay the same.
Yeah, it's a great one, yeah.
We'll find out. But, you know, lots happening in this second hour. I know Ross has got a conversation coming up, and, you know, we've got the Salvation Army and National Plan for a Vacation Day. Love that day today.
Yes.
So I will be planning some vacations. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. And Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales. TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
It is National Plan for Vacation Day today, and we all love a good vacation. Kevin luckily caught up with a travel expert to give us all the tips and tricks we need to plan that next vacation.
There is always a lot going on in and around this wonderful place we call the United States and across the world when it comes to travel. Now, I've got Stephanie Oswald here with me. We're talking, and she is a premier travel expert, but much, much more than that. Stephanie, good morning.
Good morning, Kevin, from Isla Mujeres off the coast of Cancun.
Beautiful that is in the backdrop. Wow.
It is pretty impressive. And I'll tell you what, we are at Impression, which is a new resort by Secrets. Incredible, over-the-top luxury, romance, adults only. I feel like a very lucky travel girl today.
You absolutely are. Now, before we start diving into the travel, I want to talk a little bit about you because you are an Emmy award-winning journalist and you work with CNN doing a lot of travel information that goes by, just being a globetrotter and talking about everything. Tell me a little bit about that.
It was pretty exciting. I had a show, it was called CNN Travel Now. I like to say I was the travel reporter on CNN before Anthony Bourdain. No offense to him, of course. He was amazing. But we were very lucky. We did, and my focus was on adventure travel. So I traveled through Australia and through Costa Rica, zip lining, and all kinds of adventure travel. So it was really fun.
So you are the person that's in the know, and we're lucky to have you on this segment. So let's talk about luxury travel, because now that's kind of the new catchphrase. People wanting to get into luxury travel. Now, is luxury the amount of money you're spending? Is it the experience itself? How are you seeing these travelers categorize luxury?
No, Kevin, what's great is we are seeing a huge surge in luxury travel. And you know, after I left CNN, I started a magazine called Travel Girl, and we've seen luxury change over the years, but right now it is skyrocketing. And people have realized that life is short, take the trip, and it's not about how much money you spend on your trip, it's about the experiences you have when you get there. Travelers want authentic experiences. They want to connect with the people and the places that they're visiting.
So if someone wants that amazing experience, how do you custom curate a travel itinerary to best suit their needs?
Well, you can go online and do some research, but when it comes down to it, if you really want to have the best vacation, the most luxurious experiences, and the most bang for your buck, you want to work with a travel advisor. In fact, one part of the survey, a group said that they were 80% more likely than any other type of vacation. And that's because, Kevin, people associate luxury with not having to make decisions. So when you work with a travel advisor, they can help you figure out your budget, they can help you figure out your itinerary, they can help you find the perfect place to match your interests. And when it comes to luxury, another tip, get with whoever you're traveling with and decide what's most important to you, because luxury is different for everyone. A lot of people associate big, spacious rooms full of amenities, also fine dining experiences with local cuisine, and of course, spa treatments, wellness centers. Those are some of the key elements to a luxury vacation.
Absolutely. When you come back from a trip like that, you don't want to feel like you need another vacation from your vacation. You want to come back to be able to tell the stories and about that experience with your friends and loved ones for sure. And I imagine, so a travel advisor, because it gets very stressful when you're trying to plan a travel, even for an individual, but when you're talking about a family or a couple or a group, even more so. So how does a travel advisor work on all those different dynamics?
Well, that's where it comes to the idea of building a relationship with that travel advisor so that they know whether you care about thread count, whether you care about children's activities. This, for example, Impression is an adults-only resort, but there are beautiful, luxurious resorts all over the world that cater to families where they have these incredible kids programs, and they're going to make sure that your kid, they're not just watching videos in a small little room. They're going to be out hiking and learning about insects and learning about art and learning maybe a new language. So working with a travel advisor, they're going to find exactly what is going to fit your niche, what is going to make your family the happiest. And for example, here, one of the things when it comes to romance, every room comes with a personal butler, which is great. Wow. They will help you unpack your bags when you get here. They'll help you pack up when you have to leave. And along the way, they'll help you go through the itineraries and explain what you need to wear if you're going to go to a meditation, or how you should plan if you're going to go for a biking tour of the island. So it's just great having that butler. It's kind of like having your own personal concierge on your vacation.
That is absolutely amazing. I can't even imagine having that type of service. Now, with your experience and all the different generations you've dealt with, which would you say is the most bougie when it comes to travel?
Well, Kevin, that is really a trick question, because when it comes to which generation is the most bougie, I think we're all going to have something different to say. You know, I was nearby you recently. I was in Park City. And it was so luxurious. It was beautiful. So maybe wine and wine tasting is important to you on your vacation. Or maybe you're into art. Or maybe or learn how to dive. They have some programs here for that, and you can see how beautiful that water is. You want to get into it. Or maybe ecotourism is important to you. They have a program here that works with local farmers to help them save the sharks, and they want to make sure that the farmers have an income, but they also want to protect the environment. This resort is also solar powered. The right destination for you and the right resort at that destination.
Yeah, I can imagine. And you talked about that relationship that you build with your travel advisor. How does that travel advisor then build that relationship with those key destinations to be able to make that traveler feel like a local and actually be able to infuse themselves into the culture that they're visiting?
Well, you know, we used to say travel agency, and it used to be about purchasing tickets and getting those logistics done. But now a more important and a more appropriate title is travel advisor, because these people, for example, we're here in Mexico this week for a convention, Ascend, where people are getting together, talking about trends. They are taking classes. They are learning about different destinations. Travel advisors, they spend their time. Yes, it's a great job, but it's also a lot of work. They are making sure that they know where the construction is happening. They know where, the Olympics are coming to Paris, so we're going to have to be careful because there's going to be certain pressures that get put on the city because of the Olympics. They might advise you, oh, you want to go to Machu Picchu? Do you want to hike or do you want to take the train? They know when there's a strike going on somewhere, or if there's a deal happening at one of your favorite destinations. And that's where, when you have a relationship with them, they may say, hey, we know that Kevin really likes the Caribbean, and right now there is a wonderful special going on, and we want to send him off to Curacao, or maybe you're going to go to Turks and Caicos, or maybe it doesn't. Once they know you, they'll know where you want to go.
Custom curated. So Stephanie, thank you so much. So much information, so much assistance in planning this. Where can someone go to find out more information?
Well, I'll give you a couple of websites, Kevin. Travel Girl Magazine, we're celebrating 20 years. You can get a free digital subscription if you go to Travel Girl Inc., travelgirlinc.com. Okay. And if you're looking for a travel advisor, you want to go to traveladvisorsgetyouThere.com. All kinds of information on that website, too. Great place to start your research.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Get out there, travel more, and share that with all these people that want to enjoy the show.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back into Good Morning Vail. Joining us on the couch this morning is Sue Wolin Brown with the Salvation Army, doing so much good work here in the Valley. Welcome, Sue.
Thank you, Ross.
Yeah, it's been good to see you. It's been a while. How have you been?
I've been great.
Yeah? Winter's treating you well?
It is. And,
Yeah.
and now that we're past the Christmas season, which is the most visible for Salvation Army, we can go ahead and get other projects done.
Life keeps going on, right, year round, and obviously you guys were very visible with the bell ringers over the holidays, but that need still is existing, right?
Yes, we raise a big percentage of the funding for the whole year at Christmas. So we have the bell ringing, we're part of Eagle County Gives, we have a mail appeal, we have all kinds of things we do at Christmas, food baskets, Adopt a Family. And that's when people are aware of Salvation Army. But we are here year-round to serve as a safety net, primarily for our labor force, our working poor.
Right, because a lot of people don't realize this, but a lot of people in our valley do need stuff like food and help with housing and transportation and all sorts of things. So that's kind of where the Salvation Army steps in and helps out. So what exactly are you helping people with, and what can people come to you for?
Well, they can come to us for a myriad of things. One of the things that happens is if you're working even 2 jobs, a lot of people are paying close to 80% of what they make on housing. And it's not as sustainable as you would think.
Right.
And then most of the jobs are seasonal. So if you're living paycheck to paycheck, barely eking out the rent every month, and something happens, you get in an accident, you break your leg, you can't work for 2 weeks, your child is sick, your child has to go to the hospital, you have a new baby. Anything can happen that can tip that precarious balance of being able to make ends meet. So not only are we there with the food pantry, but we can assist on a case-by-case basis, of course, with rental assistance. We help with utilities. We can help with certain emergency medical, like prescriptions. It's a one-time help, but there when you need it.
Right.
Like you said, transportation. So there are a lot of things that we do for people.
Right, and there's really no reason to be embarrassed, right, to come and ask for help. Do you ever have problems with that, or you're open to everyone, right?
Yes, but occasionally people do feel slightly humbled when you've been making it on your own and all of a sudden something happens, your house burns down.
Right.
That's a biggie.
Right.
One thing I would like to tell people, if they are renters in the Valley, is you need to get rental insurance.
Right.
It's very cheap, but it makes a huge difference when something happens.
For sure, and a lot of these insurance companies just bundle that right in, right? So it's really not too hard to get.
It's very inexpensive, and what we find with fires like the Sunridge fire,
Right.
Liffview fire, you can lose everything.
Yep.
And if you don't have rental insurance, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, got a lot of work to do, but that's where the Salvation Army can jump in and kind of help and ease that load, right? So people can definitely come for help, but you guys also have an amazing group of volunteers. Can you talk about what they do, and if someone wants to get involved, how they could get involved?
We always need volunteers.
Yeah.
Of course, one of the most obvious and the position that we're most desperate for is volunteers who man the pantry.
Mm-hmm.
They put together boxes, they stock the pantry, they serve the clients who come in for food.
Mm-hmm.
And we love our volunteers. And
Yes.
we have people from 10 to 1 and 1 to 4, Monday through Friday. And we have other time slots for people just to come in if they only have an hour or two.
Yeah.
But it's a huge need.
Yeah.
And on Mondays, actually, that's when we generally get our big food deliveries.
Okay.
We have a whole cadre of volunteers. You know who forms most of it?
Who's that?
The backbone is the Avon Police Department.
Amazing.
It's
Amazing. Yeah, and so speaking of the Salvation Army, right, so it's located in Avon, kind of on that east end of town, right? Pretty easy to get to. And you guys also have that beautiful garden out back.
We do.
Is it almost time to start planting, or are we getting there?
We are doing some repairs to the greenhouse, hopefully this week, and we will be starting to plant.
Awesome.
For $5 for the whole summer, our clients can have a 4x8 garden plot. We provide them with seeds or seedlings that were started in the greenhouse.
Awesome.
There's drip irrigation. We help with amendments for the soil. And it's such a cool thing to be able not only to grow your own food, but to teach children where their food comes from.
Right.
And that's just a wonderful. By the way, I wanted to tell you, you said that we're easy to get to.
Right.
Town of Avon modified their bus route so that for our people without cars, they can be at the end of our driveway and the bus will pick them up and take them over here to the bus.
Amazing. Good work, Town of Avon and Avon Police Department. That's amazing.
We get a lot of support.
Yeah, and so obviously a lot of help during the holidays, but what kind of, do you have any events coming up, or just anything kind of coming up the next couple weeks or months?
We'll have Empty Bowls this summer, hopefully again in August.
At Battle Mountain again?
Yes.
Awesome.
Isn't it a great event?
It is one of my favorite events. For those that don't know, Empty Bowls supports everything you guys do year round. And it's at Battle Mountain High School, and it's kind of like a soup kitchen.
It's a soup kitchen.
And what is it, like the police department makes a soup, like all these
All
kind
the
of local
public
groups?
safety guys, they don't make the soup. The soups
they
are from 4-star restaurants
Oof.
like Sweet Basil
Yes.
and Mountain Standard
Yes.
and Splendido
Yes.
and Grouse Mountain. I mean, we get some amazing soups, and all the bread and desserts are donated as well. And in the past, it's been $25, and for that, not only do you get soup, bread, dessert, and water, but you also get to take home a handcrafted empty bowl
Yes.
as a reminder of hunger in the community and in the world. And that's another project people can do. They can have pottery parties and make
Awesome.
bowls to donate for this event.
That's awesome. I still have one of the first ones I got over 10 years ago. I have the one I got last year, and it just kind of sits in my kitchen as that reminder, like you said. One of the best community events out there, really, and it's a who's who. You walk in there and you'll see the mayor, you'll see you'll see all the community in there. So yeah, definitely keep your eyes peeled for that Empty Bowls event. But the Salvation Army does amazing work all year round. How are you doing? You're kind of the head of this, right? You're kind of a one-woman show with the help of all these people, though.
Well, we rely on the community totally. I actually started as a volunteer with Salvation Army on the Service Extension Committee, and that was 41 years ago.
Wow. So it's changed quite a bit, I can imagine.
We now have a place. We have 3.5 employees,
Awesome.
which is still amazing that we can operate with that few employees, but all these incredible volunteers. And so we count on the community partnering with us. We also partner quite closely with Catholic Charities and the Vail Valley Charitable Fund and Swift Eagle and other nonprofits to help people, because we know that one nonprofit can't do it all.
Definitely. In 41 years, Sue, I'm so curious, have you done the math yet on how many people have been helped under your watch in 40 years?
No, but I can tell you I'm still in shock now when we have a day that 87 families in one day come in for food.
Is that recently? Yeah, amazing.
It's overwhelming, and yet I feel so privileged that we get to be there, we get to serve the community, and we get to help make a difference in people's lives.
Oh, yes.
Like, you have no idea how much it can help to be worried sick that you can't pay the rent this month and you're going to be homeless.
Right.
And to have Salvation Army be able to step up and help you stay in your home.
Yeah, amazing. So, I mean, no shame at all. The Salvation Army's here to help. Sue, thanks so much for joining us today. I hope the rest of the winter goes well for you. And anyone interested in volunteering, where can they go, or where can people go for
They
more
can go to
information?
our website, the www.vail.salvationarmy.org, and they can call our office, they can stop by, and believe me, we have a lot of different creative projects for a lot of different types of abilities and ages. And
Definitely. Well, thanks for all you do, Sue. If you do stop into the Salvation Army located in Avon, make sure you say hello to this beautiful woman here. And stay tuned. We have more Good Morning Vail coming up next.
Good morning, Vail.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Hello, everyone. I'm Raisa Pastel. And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. How many personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on flash deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Luke is God's show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Good morning, Vail.
It's Kimberly with the TVA Weather Center. Let's take a look at the forecast. As you can see, we've got spring temps, even though it's still January. High of 48. Sunshine all day long, and the wind is light and variable. But let's take a look at the hourly forecast just to get a complete picture of what today looks like. 23 degrees at 8 a.m., sunshine all day long, 44 at 4 o'clock for the high today, and then clear skies and 29 degrees at 8 p.m. Looking at the I-70 corridor, Denver 65, so bust out those t-shirts and shorts. It's going to be a good one if you're down on the Front Range. Vail, 48 degrees, just about the same though. You could probably wear the same attire here. And then Avon, 46 degrees, 44 in Eagle. So it gets progressively colder the more west you go. Looking at tonight, low of 18, clear skies though, sunset at 5:23 p.m. I'm loving these longer days that we've got going on here. Winds coming from the southeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at the 5-day forecast, Wednesday, sunshine. We've got sunshine, just what we're known for, high of 47, 20 degrees for the low. Thursday, partially cloudy, 46 for the high, 27 for the low, and then bring it on. Let's go snow. Friday, 90% chance of precipitation. Snow showers during the day, 42 for the high, 25 for the low. And then those cold temps that we want. Saturday, 70% chance of precipitation. Snow showers, 32 for the high, 19 for the low. Sunday, partially cloudy, 35 for the high, and then we've got lows in the teens. But if you are looking to get out and about, Avija with the Vail Vibes at Root and Flower, love their place, their cocktails, and all the food that they have to offer. So let's take a look at what she had to do.
Come on.
Hi friends, welcome to Vail Vibes. Avisha Scarborough here. Today we are coming to you from Root and Flower, one of Vail's most beloved craft bars. We're going to be talking to one of the co-owners who's not only going to show us his favorite drinks, but he's also going to show us how we can make them ourselves at home.
With a single flower painted on its door, Root and Flower in Vail Village is unassuming and slightly hidden from the outside. But once you're inside, the art of cocktail mixology is next level. Their craft cocktails are elevated versions of the classics, with extra care and creativity put into the ingredients and garnishes. This is Jeremy Campbell.
I'm an equal opportunity drinker, and what I mean by that is I like cocktails, I like wine, I like beer.
He and his partners Sam Bizant and Matt Limbaugh created Root and Flower to fill a need in Vail after spending years working in the restaurant business.
So the three of us all kind of worked together for a really long time, and it was actually Samantha and I were talking one day about what Vail was missing. And one of the things we thought Vail was missing was a higher end bar. Well, you can go to, ski bars and take a shot and kind of get drunk, but there's nothing else with that kind of elevated experience. So that was kind of the genesis. And so we wanted to say, if you come here, we would have top tier cocktails, we'd have top tier wine, and in this case, also top tier bites to eat. But we still wanted to retain that soul of being a bar.
With the soul of a bar and the heart of a gourmet restaurant, the owners encourage their team to get creative with drink recipes. This drink is called American as Apple Pie, and it was created by one of their bartenders. If you like your drinks hot, boozy, and delicious, this is the drink for you. Here Jeremy shows us how it's made. First, a little bit of apple cordial.
What apple cordial is literally a bunch of apples that we've cooked down with brown sugar.
Next, some raisin rum.
These are 151 that we've soaked in raisins.
An ounce and a half of apple brandy, a 1/4 ounce Amaro, and a 1/4 ounce ginger liqueur. Add 2 ounces of hot water and then steam it all together. Finally, he tops it off with some cognac-infused whipped cream and an apple. Voila!
Cheers.
Next up, Jeremy shows us how to make a gin and tonic like no other. He uses local floral tonic by Lost Identity and a local Colorado gin called Caprock. He adds soda, ice, and rosemary, and we've got a botanical gin and tonic.
It's very chuggable. Cheers.
And lastly, we're in ski season, so we had to include a wintertime favorite, the Yuletide, Root and Flower's take on a mulled wine. He adds 4 ounces of red wine with some handcrafted citrus tonic and 2 spicy Caribbean liqueurs. He adds some hot water, then heats it up and adds a garnish that doubles as a lid.
Holds the heat in.
So we've got our drinks and we've got a beautiful charcuterie board to go with them. Jeremy leaves us with this little bit of advice to get the most enjoyment out of your refreshments.
I always say I like to earn my drinks. You know, if I'm just sitting around, drinking, then it just doesn't taste the same. But if I'm up there skiing all day and putting in a lot of work, then my drink's gonna taste a lot better.
Cheers to that.
That's it for today, friends. Thank you so much for watching Vail Vibes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good morning, Vail.
Covered Bridge is such a beautiful publication that we have here in the Valley, and they feature so many interesting local stories. In their current collaboration with TV8, they had a conversation here on our couch with the Vail Veterans Program. Let's take a look.
Hello everyone, my name is Kim Fuller and this is Covered Bridge on TV8. I'm the editor-in-chief of Covered Bridge magazine.
And I'm Bobby LaRue, the Director of Partnerships at Covered Bridge Magazine.
And we have with us this morning Jen Brown, the Executive Director of Vail Veterans Program. Welcome, Jen.
Thank you. Great to see you both.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
too.
you too.
Yeah, you too. We've had the pleasure of having the Vail Veterans Program in our magazine this issue, so our winter-spring issue of Covered Bridge. It's your 20th anniversary of Vail Veterans and just a super exciting time to celebrate. So we're really happy to have you. Tell us a little bit about the program and what this 20th anniversary really means for you.
Well, first off, we're super excited to be celebrating our 20th this coming March, and I think it really signifies the power and the impact that this organization has had over the last 20 years. And it's really through Cheryl Jensen's vision and the support of the community that has made it what it is today. And I think the other important thing is that we're continuing to have an impact. Over the last 20 years, really, as we've seen conflict change around the world, we continue to see the need to serve wounded veterans and their families. And we're just grateful for the community and the partnerships that we've had to really evolve the programs that we offer today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so since 2004, you guys have helped almost 4,000 people, right?
Mm.
And you mentioned that the conflicts and other things are happening. Are you still seeing the trajectory of the program growing each year?
It's really interesting because we do see the need continue, and I think there's also a change in how we serve our participants. As injuries that are lifelong change, as we see our alumni go through maybe additional surgeries or on their healing journey as their needs change, we can bring them back to our programs. And we've seen more female veterans come into the program over the course of a couple of years. We've also had the opportunity through Cheryl's work to evolve to support caregivers and provide support to families and kids in other ways, in addition to being on the slopes.
That's great. And so March is when everything happens.
March is really the true anniversary, and the goal is to bring our original 7 wounded vets back to be a part of our program. Our March program does take place at that time, so really the culmination of that week of programming, it's to really honor and show appreciation for our donors, our sponsors, and the community, and have those original 7 vets be present and participate in the 20th.
So yeah, you just brought up something I never really thought of, the 7 vets who started. Is this a program where someone attends once, or do they come back multiple years in a row, or how do you see them interacting with what you guys provide?
That is a great question. I'm so glad that you asked that, because one of the things that sets Vail Veterans Program apart is that we talk about bringing our participants into the Vail Veterans Program family. So if, let's say, they come for a January winter family program, it might be a couple of years later, we might invite them back for a summer program, or we might invite the wounded vet back for our Gulf program. We have a variety of ways in which we can help continue their healing experience. And I think one of the great things is, let's say 20 years ago, somebody came and participated, maybe they're married now, or maybe their kids have moved on. We have other ways to bring them into the experience. And what we like to say is, once they come to Vail, they're a part of the Vail community and our family, and we're here to support them throughout the duration of their healing journey. It's really a lifetime.
I love that. I mean, it's fantastic. With the programs that you guys provide, obviously it started on snow, but you just brushed on a couple other things. When did you guys transition, and what are some of the other offerings that people can take advantage of?
Well, and this was really through Cheryl, and I think the journey that she has been on with the organization, it's through partnerships, through longtime supporters, families like the May family and Black Mountain Ranch. They created the opportunity to send 3 families each summer up to Black Mountain Ranch and have a complete Western experience. And that just evolved over time, but they've really been a partner with us for many, many years now, and through summer outdoor recreation. She started the summer programs, and we have rafting, fly fishing, hiking for those who like to hike, and just outdoor experiences that really expose our wounded vets and their families to what the outdoors is all about here, to the mountains, and really seeing and experiencing the outdoors in different ways, and mostly through an adaptive lens. one of the great examples is our rock climbing partners shared with me. They can create pulley systems. So if we have a vet who is maybe a double amputee, they can anchor the climbing ropes so that our vets can pull themselves up and actually experience rock climbing, which is incredible. And that's a great sport where family members even can participate together, and they all learn to overcome maybe fears and challenges and do something that they never imagined doing. Rafting is another great experience for them. There's nothing like being in rapids and in the springtime around here with the runoff. And we have so many of our winter supporters, a lot of our ski patrollers, our rafting guides in the summertime. They've been around our programs for many, many years. So we tend to see a lot of the same supporters and faces. I think also really important is our adaptive ski and snowboard instructors are truly part of our family. We have instructors that have been with the program since the beginning, and they really are dedicated to helping our wounded vets rediscover their hope and learn how to do skiing and snowboarding and have new experiences on the hill through adaptive, whether it's ski, snowboard, or even ski biking.
That's amazing. And I'm sure, Cheryl, with her initial vision, didn't necessarily know how big this would get. And I love this quote, and maybe she did, but this is from Cheryl Jensen, and it's from our current issue on our feature on Vail veterans and the 20th year mark. We help them find something in their soul and feed their passion again. We're providing that avenue for them to realize they can do anything. So Cheryl was inducted into the Colorado Snow Sports Hall of Fame last August. So, speaking for her a little bit, what is the significance of what she's created and having that vision come to fruition?
Well, first off, Cheryl is an amazing individual, and I think her induction into the Colorado Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame really signifies celebrating all of her hard work. And she has done many, many things even beyond Vail Veterans Program, but I think it's the culmination of the 20 years celebrating her legacy. And 20 years ago, I'm sure she would say, I don't know if I would have been doing this today. And she is still actively involved in everything that we're doing, and it's her passion. It's her love for the veterans that we serve, their families, and it's her heart and soul. She has really shown me through her kindness, her patience, and really just her willingness to help others and go to the ends of the earth to help people. She's a special individual, and I think that's also what makes this program so special, is that it's that connection with our participants, and it's that genuine care and appreciation. And for those that we serve, they feel it. It's genuine and it's authentic, and it's just a gift that she has that she shares with others, and she excites us and really wants us to do more and inspires us to do more every day.
I love that.
I love it. I mean, it's quite a unique program that you guys created, and to me, one of the special parts, especially if you take a look at the article, is you're impacting, yes, the person, the individual, but it ripples out into their family. It ripples out into, like you said, maybe even the caregivers. And I think one of my favorite things about reading the article was one of the young ladies was talking about how it made her so excited to see her dad smile again. And that almost brings tears to my eyes just reading that. So it's pretty special that you guys have created a really unique program, but it's not just about the person, it's about them as a whole, and then including their family in on that journey with them.
And truly, for every program that we have those moments of it's tears of joy. Cheryl has had 20 years of sharing in those tears and the journey with everybody, but there are those special moments, and that's truly where it's that one-on-one connection, and you feel the power of the experience and the impact. And it's discovery. It might be mom, dad, it might be the child who have that, wow, I just did this moment, and then they did it together. And there aren't too many opportunities for these families to be together in a place where they are safe, protected, and can just be. It's really special.
Wow.
I love that.
So Jen, especially this March with the 20th anniversary, how can people get involved with the Vail Veterans Program with donations and with their just maybe even coming and helping, volunteering? What are some of the opportunities?
We really appreciate and love the support of our community, and if people would like to donate, we would be very grateful. People can go to vailveteransprogram.org and donate. And then the celebration is really sharing the stories throughout the next several months and talking about what we do and who we serve and showcasing really through that experience. So, would love to come back and talk with you. And in terms of volunteering, we on our website have a way to contact us. We do have some volunteer opportunities. They're not large, but certainly, if we have ways that we can bring in volunteers, we love to do so. But I think the most important thing is just honoring and really remembering the service that our nation's heroes provide, and really continuing to support them is the most important.
Wow. Well, thank you, Jen Brown, Executive Director of the Vail Veterans Program, who is celebrating its 20th anniversary this March. Be sure to pick up the most recent issue of Covered Bridge magazine, the winter spring issue, and thank you for tuning in to Covered Bridge on TV8.
Remember, enjoy the journey.
Good morning, Vail.
Snooki and Scott Show, we are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
It is going to be a fun 5 days of weather here in the Vail Valley. As we're looking at it, Wednesday, sunny for high of 47. So tomorrow is our last day of sunshine for the week, low of 20, and then partially cloudy on Thursday. It's when the storms start to roll in slowly. 46 for the high, 27 for the low, and then the good stuff is Friday. We're looking at snow showers, high of 42, low of 25, 90% chance of those showers coming in. Saturday, high of 32, low of 19, and then partially cloudy on Sunday, 35 for the high. So I am so excited. These bagels look great. They look more like a homemade biscuit because they are just risen. They look delicious, as you can see, with the egg wash nice and golden on the tops. And then we've got one that were popped here in the delicious toaster. So I'm going to try this and enjoy my breakfast. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with